Hello, listeners and resilient queers of all flavors. You're listening to Jeremy Spreads It, the podcast where in season 2, it's all about LGBTQIA plus dating, love, and relationships. I'm your host, Jeremy Spreadums, gay man, part-time emotional disaster, full-time hope dealer. And today, we're diving into something that we may know all too well: rejection. And this is part one of a two-part episode. This is season 2, episode 5, dealing with rejection and heartbreak. And in this episode, we're zooming in on rejection, the crush who ghosted you, the Tinder match who you unmatched with after 5 flirty messages, the situationship that suddenly situationshipped itself right into a brick wall. You know the kind. And in part 2, we're going to be diving in to heartbreak that comes after a relationship ends. I know this may not be the best of episodes, but I definitely want to cover it. Okay? So let's take a big healing breath together and focus on that first sting: rejection. Why it sucks, why it's not your fault, and how to recover like the glorious glitter coated human that you are. You know, when I was younger, I was lucky enough to not deal with the rejection so much until I got into like my mid 20s, and then it started hitting me, and then I just became a part of life after that, and then you just have to see it in a positive way. And here's some ways that you can do that. Because let's face it, rejection is like stepping on a damn Lego while you're barefoot. It's sudden, it's painful, and it happens to all of us. Okay, whether it's a crush who's not feeling the fantasy, or a full-blown breakup after investing your whole soul into somebody, rejection cuts deep. Especially for us in the LGBTQIA plus community, because we often carry the extra baggage of societal rejection and our family tensions, and not to mention a history full of forbidden crushes. But rejection does not equal your self-worth. It's not because you weren't hot enough, funny enough, mask enough, femme enough, androgynous enough, sparkly, tatty, bottomy enough. It just didn't align for some reason. And honey, that's okay. When you're rejected, it just means something better is coming your way. Okay, think about the people that you've passed on, not because they were awful, but because something didn't click. Now flip the script. Okay, if you've been rejected, the person who rejected you for whatever reason did not feel that you were their person. It's not a statement on them. You know, maybe it is sometimes. But for the most part, it's not a statement on them. And it's not a statement on you either. It's human to either be attracted to something or someone or not. And it's not a flaw. You got to remember that you're not too much. You're not too queer. You're not too loud or too soft or too complex. You're just right for the right person out there. And rejection, it's a plot twist and not the finale. So just think of it like that, okay? Here's an interactive activity that we can all try. I want you to either think about, or if you like to take this a little deeper, write about a time that you were rejected, but really go into the details about it. And then answer this: what did I learn from this? Did this affect me in a negative or positive way? How did I react? And just think about it, okay, for a moment, because rejection can either make you a little bit more resilient or spark a frenzy of negative thoughts that can lead to destructive behaviors. And you don't really want to go that route. I've been down that route, and it gets too messy. So let's talk about some coping strategies after rejection. Because while it's tempting to blast Adele or stalk the person who rejected you through Instagram, and spiral into a pint of ice cream, we're not doing that today. We're going to deal with rejection with purpose, okay? The first thing you got to remember is that you got to love yourself louder. Whatever makes you feel like a 12 out of 10, do it. Face mask night, do it. Crocheting scarves, do it. Screaming Lizzo lyrics in your underwear, do it. And then next, you got to lean into your chosen family. Vent, cry, eat french fries, talk shit. Let your crew lift you up and remind you that your queerness is magic and not baggage. And afterwards, channel your energy into something good. Get creative, paint something, bake something, organize your living space by emotional era. Put on a show with wild wigs and outfits. Start a podcast. uh, Next, set boundaries with your brain after rejection. Because when the thoughts creep in, like maybe if I was just a little bit more, no, pause. Interrupt that thought process, replace it with a positive and realistic mentality, and remind yourself you're not a failure. You're just navigating love in a world that sometimes makes it harder for us to find it, especially with all of these unrealistic expectations forced on us by social media and marketing at large. Oh, and if you're feeling absolutely stung by the rejection and seeing the person on social media or in person, for your own mental health, see if you can avoid going to the same places they go to. Hit that unfollow button, click on that mute button, or block them. Cleanse your feed and your life like your peace depends on it, because it does. And lastly, remember that rejection is just redirection. It stings now, but leading you somewhere better, towards the kind of connections that won't leave you wondering if you're enough. Because, honey, you are. End of story. After so many rejections, how the hell can we remain so positive? How can I remain so positive? I remain oblivious. That's how I do it. No, no, no. I'm just kidding. How to remain positive after being rejected so much? How do we stay hopeful? That is a hard question to answer, but also one that I can answer because I've been in the entanglements of the negative feelings of selflessness and disgust with myself after being rejected and questioning my very own existence until I snapped the hell out of it because those around me uplifted me, and thank you guys so much. And I had to uplift myself through it all because rejection is going to happen whether you're rejected from a job opportunity, you're rejected by a neighbor, whether you're rejected by somebody who you like, it's going to happen. So, how do you stay positive? Remind yourself that your love is valid, your heart is sacred, and your story is still unfolding. Positivity doesn't mean pretending everything's fine after rejection. It means saying, this hurts, and I still believe in love. God damn it. It means trusting that after 11 wild relationships, sometimes I think it's been more with me, I still believe in finding that next great love, or at the very least, a really great date. Hope isn't delusion, it's survival. Hope helps you go and keep going after rejection or after anything bad happens in your life. And for us in the queer community, hope is a gay superpower, so use it. Okay? So next time rejection kicks down your door, don't crumble. Stand tall. Say thank you next and strut away knowing this isn't the end. It's just a detour. Because your love is worth waiting for, your story isn't over, and your best chapter still to come, honey. All right, that's all for episode 5, part 1 of dealing with rejection and heartbreak. If you're feeling the sting of rejection right now, whether it was last night or 5 years ago, I see you. And I promise this pain isn't permanent. Okay? Now, in part 2, episode 5, we're going to be digging deeper into those messy breakups, the end of something real, and how to pick up the pieces when someone you love walks away or when the relationship ends. But until then, be kind to yourself, Okay, dance in your underwear or naked. Write a journal entry and let it out. Delete that number. Yes, that one. And remember, honey, rejection is not the end of your story. It's just a dramatic plot twist on the way to something so much better. Stay strong, stay fierce, love yourself, flaws and all, and as always, spread queer information wisely and proudly. Bye, Felicia.